let's get down to the subway.
If you only listened to the news, you'd think China was collapsing, dangerous, and oppressive.
But here's the truth. I've lived in China for 15 years, and no one tells you what life is actually like. And when I show you, you might not believe it, because what I'm about to tell you is 100% true. In this video, I'll take you with me as I leave my hotel and explore the city late into the night. I will be walking through streets, alleys, subways, parks. I will even be walking past the stock exchange that's guarded by rows of police. Let's see if anybody stops me, questions me, and asks what I'm doing. I'll keep going late into the night until I return to my hotel. The question is, will I make it back safely or without being hassled? Stick around, because once you see what I've seen, you'll never look at China the same way again. I left the US well over a decade ago, and after living in China, I realized the stories we've been told back home couldn't be further from reality. We're often told one story about China in the West, but the reality on the ground feels very different. Here's something that simply continues to amaze me about China. Delivery packages just out in the open for local people who live up above in this building to come down and get them. Nobody's gonna come by and steal this stuff. Here's another reason why China is so safe. These are on all of the buildings. Fire equipment, emergency equipment ready to go to help the people. Volunteers and people who have been trained in this building are ready to rock. Training details up here. Anybody can step in and help. Simply amazing. They also have a heart defibrillator right here. This saves lives right here. Let's be honest. The Western narrative about China is dominated by fear, politics, and negativity. But what people never hear is what life in China is actually like on the ground here. And that's safe streets, futuristic infrastructure, and family-centered culture, and a sense of hope that many in the West have felt they have lost. Well, out of respect, I asked an officer if I could film this, and they said, no problem. They actually said, "May Wen Ti." Check this thing out at the stock exchange. This thing is beautiful. I wish we had some sunlight, you could see it. But wow, look at this thing. That thing's amazing. Big old statue. Somebody leave a comment below and tell me what that signifies. Thank you. Okay, let's check that off the list. I walked by the stock exchange and the officers were friendly. Security guards friendly. No issue at all. Okay, let's go hit some streets, see what it's like. Is it safe? Let's start with one of the most shocking things that people from the West really don't know about China, and that's safety. The truth is, China is one of the safest countries in the world, and if you don't believe it, come over here and see it for yourself. So far, streets are safe, very safe, no homeless people. Of course, nobody peddling drugs. No worries about getting robbed. I'm doing this in a little bit of a storm, and I am getting wet. That's probably one reason why there aren't a bunch of people walking around, because it's raining, and I'm the only fool to be walking around without an umbrella. But the nice thing about China, there's an underground world with subways shopping malls, restaurants. Let's get down below and get out of this rain. Families in China can walk around at midnight without any fear. Kids can play outside at night without any supervision. And the parents do not worry one bit. And I'm witness to that. I have a 12-year-old son and a 9-year-old daughter. And we don't worry. Mom and dad have no problem if they go outside and play with the neighborhood kids or go to the local park. It's safe. Let me show you something. Check this out. Look at this. It's a completely different world in China with cleanliness, safety. It's amazing. It's a little rainy, a little stormy, but there's a roof up there, so I'm out of the rain right now. If you haven't tried this coffee, try it. It's good. Oh, here's the back part of that giant statue I was filming a little bit ago. It's lit up, has some type of red color now. Okay, I'm gonna duck down into a subway. Stick with me, let's check it out together. See if we have any problem people down here, like you would see in some certain subways in the West and possibly in the UK. First impressions, very clean, no graffiti, nobody laying on the ground down here. There's just a feeling of being safe. It's as simple as that. Of course, down here you have some security. Kids in China ride the subways alone, and parents do not have any fear because safety can be trusted in China. Crime rates here are dramatically lower than the US. You can't even compare it side by side, and that is the truth. Contrast with US, in the US, even in suburban areas, people worry about break-ins, drugs, and shootings. In China, the biggest crime story we got last week on our neighborhood WeChat group was a lost cat. Though, at times, you will hear about really bad crimes, like somebody has parked their car in the wrong spot. Oh, the danger in China. Well, this subway sure looks clean and safe, doesn't it? So compare that to the subway system in New York. No comparison, right? You saw no homeless people, no panhandlers, nobody sleeping on the ground. I didn't even see one piece of trash on the ground. Simply amazing. Now, if you think that's surprising, wait until you see how daily life here doesn't just feel safe. It feels like living in the future. This is the part that blows visitors away. China is living in 2035. Some people even say 2050, while the US is stuck in the 1990s. High-speed rail in China, crisscrossing the country and traveling at speeds greater than 350 kilometers per hour. Entire cities now connected by bullet trains, faster than flying. There's new state-of-the-art subways everywhere. Let's check out this park. Ladies out, feeling safe. Okay, everybody says, show me a public toilet. Okay, let's go in here. It's clean. Look at this, you even have air ventilation, no back wall. Simply amazing. But it's still clean for a park bathroom. plenty of ventilation. So here we are in a park. We still have some city streets and some alleys to roam around late into the night. I don't make this stuff up. You're seeing it with your own eyes. Cleanliness, safety. And I see this every day. And I hope I'm sharing this video with some people who haven't seen the real China. This is the reality. Okay? It's pretty empty. There's normally more people out here, but the rain just stopped. Here comes a young man walking his dog. Hello! Hi! Hi! So this is a park for the people. Walk over this bridge here. I see a pretty big dog here, a very big dog. I hope he's friendly. I hope that's the dog's owner. Well, we're about to find out how friendly this dog is. Well, I would consider that not too friendly. I'd be lying if that didn't give me a little bit of a chill. I lied. That gave me a big chill. That dog did not look happy that I came up on him. Oh, my heart's beating. EV cars are everywhere in China. And just not cars. Taxis and buses are electrified. And what's around the corner? Take a guess. Flying taxis. EV flying taxis. I can't wait. Mobile payments in China now dominate. Cash and credit cards is ancient history. Everything is QR codes, AI delivery robots, apps for everything. Grandmas even pay with their QR codes by scanning on their phone. This is how things are in China. We're living in the future. But this video isn't just about fancy state-of-the-art technology. The real difference in China comes from something deeper. And that's the way families think about their future. And I'm not talking about future tech. This is one of the things no one in the West talks about. And that's the mindset here in China. And in particular, that's the China education system. Over the past 2 decades, government investment has modernized school infrastructure, expanded prestigious university programs, and integrated advanced technology into classrooms, enhancing the overall quality of instruction. China is significantly improving its literacy rates and continued education across its vast population. There's a strong emphasis on STEM education, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This has cultivated a highly skilled talent pool, directly supporting the nation's rapid technological advancements and economic growth. And now, the next evolution of education in China is that kids will now start learning AI in the classrooms. Students in China work hard. Parents invest heavily in kids' education. Believe me, I know. I have too. I want you to think about what I'm about to say. Discipline is seen as respect in China, not oppression. Think about it. There's a cultural focus on responsibility of education, not excuses not to learn. Young people in China now see the opportunity in China's growth, and that's for a bright future. Here, there's still optimism, belief in progress, and improvement. Compare with the US, where many graduates face high debt, unemployment, and despair. Well, if this all sounds too positive to be true, you're probably wondering, why doesn't the Western media show this side of China? Well, that's the part no one wants to talk about. Here's the reality. The story of China in the West is not the real story of China. Why? Positive coverage doesn't fit the enemy narrative. Showing China as advanced, safe, and hopeful doesn't sell fear, doesn't give the Western media the headlines they want. So instead, we get smog pictures of cities, negative headlines, and stereotypes about China. What it really looks like? Families out at parks, clean subway systems, neon skylines, and bullet trains throughout China. China is a country where kids can play safely at night. A society that's moving forward, does not get stuck in endless arguments. Check out this video up here about living in China. I think you'll enjoy it. So after 15 years here in China, what's the truth? Let me leave you with this. The China I know is not the China you hear about on the Western news. This China is safer than an American suburb and more hopeful than what I left behind back home. No one tells you this about China, but it's 100% true. And once you've seen it for yourself, you can't unsee it. The American dream may be fading back home, but here in China, it's alive and well, and I see it every single day. If this video opened your eyes, drop a comment below and tell me what surprised you the most. And do me a favor, subscribe for more content about the real China in the eyes of an American. And do me another favor, share this video because more people around the world deserve to know the truth about China. So hey, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. I truly appreciate it. So everybody, be good, be safe. This is Chris signing off from China. I'll see you in the next one. Looks like I made it back to my hotel. Safe. Nobody hassled me. Nobody questioned me. Everything was fine. Why? Because I'm in the safest country in the world, China. "11:30 at night. My feet are killing me. I'm tired. What I do for you, telling the truth about China. It's a lot of walking. Left at 5, 11:30.